World's gonna lose a super great man, and it sucks.
When you have a loved one sick with cancer, one of the very hardest things to go through is not to be able to be there for him.
I'm gonna explain everything that's going on, and ultimately I need help.
My dad David's been fighting cancer for a while now, and at one point we thought he was going to make it out of the woods and regain his life back, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case this time, I don't believe.
I've had to spend more time down here because of my dad than I initially thought I was going to. In doing so, I've pushed back my start time at a new job, and I'm going to be basically cutting into money that we can't afford to be losing in order to maintain bills, food, rent, the things that we need back home.
Here's the thing about cancer. It doesn't give a crap about timing. It doesn't give a crap that you love your family and anybody that's affected by cancer. We found out about David being put in the hospital literally the day after Christmas, and then the scramble began to get us down there, which ultimately it just turned out to be my wife. Thankfully, she was able to make it.
Things have gotten worse with my dad. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. We're having to do the only thing we can do right now in order to keep his heart from overworking itself, and that's to take some things away and to start giving him pain medication essentially to keep him from hurting, but it also relaxes him enough that he might be able to get a deeper breath of air and not stress that heart out so bad, because that heart rate being up there like that, he ain't gonna make it longer at all.
Now my dad David is one of the toughest, bravest guys I know. He served his country with distinction in the Army, and I gotta believe somewhere in my heart that he's gonna be able to pull through and make it.
There's a chance, a very, very small chance, that what we're doing could end up being a good thing and bring him out of all the struggles he's in now. There's a higher chance that we're just doing this to make him comfortable until he's not with us anymore.
Now this cancer battle has not been easy for David. At one point when he went to a chemotherapy treatment, they actually screwed up the dosage and killed him and had to revive him. He's had other instances where literally he cannot breathe. That's the biggest problem right now. He can't breathe, and they have him hooked up to the maximum amount of oxygen. He wants it removed, so we must respect his wishes.
I need help to make sure that I'm not screwing my husband and my son and our situation at home by staying down here. But I also kind of want to ask if it's at all remotely possible to get them down here so that they can spend time with my mother. This may be the last time we get to see her too. I do not expect her to last much past my dad.
We hugged it out at the airport when we said our goodbyes, but deep down in my heart I knew my son and I wouldn't make it in time to see Daddy.
I can tell she doesn't have any plans of hanging around long. I can tell. And this will be the only chance we have to get home for a long time. I'm here. I don't know how long I can stay. Honestly, I can't be here till Sunday like I'm supposed to be, because I'm hurting us financially. So that's what this is about. The page is being set up so you can see all about him. Best manual ever known in the world. I'm very privileged to call him my dad. World's gonna lose a super great man, and it sucks. My husband's only ever had one dad that's a real dad that didn't beat him, mistreat him and his mom, and that's my dad. My dad has only met my son one time. My son now towers over my dad, and he hasn't gotten to see that, and he would really like to. I'm having a nervous breakdown, and I'd love to have my family down here with my family, but I really only ultimately want enough to make sure we're okay at home when I get back. So this is me asking if you can help at all, even if it's just sharing, even if it's just sending a hug through Facebook. Please do. We really could use it right now.
I've had people ask me multiple times, why do you call your father-in-law Dad? I mean, well, my wife summed it up the best. If David doesn't win this battle, the world loses a super great man. It basically sums up who he is, exactly to a T.
And one day, if we could really get lucky, I can't wait for that day when some super intelligent person finally comes up to the cure for this stupid disease known as cancer. And I really hope that our answer isn't to make them sicker before we make them better, because that's just not right.